Some nights stick with you forever. Cold rain, wind cutting straight through your jacket, the kind of night where everything just feels heavier. I was inside, lights on, heat running, when something moved outside the glass door. She was just sitting there, not barking, not scratching, soaked, shaking, and very pregnant. And I remember thinking, please, don't let me be wrong about this. I stepped closer to the door. Rain was pounding the porch. Her fur was dark, clumped together. Her belly was so big it hurt to look at. She lifted her head and looked straight at me. And that look, it wasn't aggressive. It wasn't wild. It was exhausted. Fear mixed with hope. Like she'd already tried everything else, and this was it. Almost like she was asking, is it okay if I trust you? I froze for a second. You know that moment when your brain starts making excuses. What if she bites? What if she's sick? What if this turns into something huge? But my heart didn't wait for answers. I opened the door. Cold air rushed in. She flinched, took one step back. I crouched down and said, "It's okay, girl, you're safe." And after a long pause, she walked inside. The second her paws hit the floor, she started shaking even harder. Not excitement, shock, warm floor, dry air, lights. She didn't explore, didn't sniff, she just stood there, like she didn't believe this was real. I grabbed a towel, then another, dried her slow, gentle. She flinched, then leaned into my hand. That's when I knew. No one had made her feel safe in a long time. I laid down a thick blanket near the heater. She circled it twice real careful, then lowered herself with this deep sigh, like her body finally said, "Okay, we can breathe now." I brought her food. She sniffed it, looked at me, then ate like she hadn't eaten right in days. Between bites, she kept checking. "You still here?" I stayed, because sometimes that's all rescue really is, staying. That night, I watched her breathing, slow, heavy, and it hit me. She wasn't just looking for help, she was looking for a place to give birth, right there, on my living room floor. A whole future was waiting. I barely slept, every movement had me wide awake. By morning, the decision was already made. I didn't say it out loud. I didn't need to. She wasn't leaving. This wasn't temporary. This was home. A few days later, it started. She paced, wind softly, then laid down on the blankets. Hours passed, then a tiny cry, then another, then another. 5 puppies, 5 tiny lives, born warm, safe, protected. She looked at me like, "You didn't give up on me," and I swear, something in me changed forever. Weeks went by, tiny paws, soft squeaks, milk-drunk naps that scared dog from the rain. She became the gentlest, proudest mom you've ever seen. If you saw her now, you'd never guess she was once alone in the cold. I think about that night a lot, about how close she was to walking away, about how easy it would have been to ignore the door. Kindness doesn't need a plan. Sometimes it just needs courage. Because that night, she didn't just find shelter. She found a family. And honestly, we did too. Always open the door